So I didn't see anything that was happening before this. But as I joined, I saw that you are standing without wards, and then after this, you cancel the base and you decided to play around.
Yeah.
So this, from your perspective, it looks like this. There is really nothing to do in top side for now. Like your team is playing bot side, your jungler is bot side. You decided to cancel the base, and then shenanigans started. And my problem with this is that, look, your team has already committed to playing bot. Like you gave this Herald already. Your Tristana based, your Viego is late, so this was the first mistake. Then there will be a fight that you win, but eventually you are fighting in the position with 0 wards on the enemy territory.
Yeah.
I can't say that this is a pattern that repeats itself, but there will be another interesting one. So actually I'll skip most of the mistakes and jump straight to it. So here, as soon as you see someone pushing top, you should realize that you will walk with one of your teammates, either Akali or Tristana, to the top lane to cover. And this is called shadowing. You don't necessarily need to show yourself on all the wards, but the idea is that you need to cover the side laner. Now, you could also opt here to cover bot. This would be fine if you believe that Yone needs a bit more help. But regardless of who you're going to cover, you need to cover. Because right now on mid lane, there is nothing to do. And your whoever goes on side, like both of these guys, are exposed, basically. Yeah. Now, you got a bit lucky here that that your Tristana just wins 1v1 and you are griefed it very hard. But the same thing happened 4 times in this game. So, look. So now pretty similar thing. I'm gonna roll back a bit. You walk out of base. Your team already got dragon. There is not much to do. And now as soon as your Tristana goes top, you wanna go top as well. And you kinda do. Like this, I like this. Like you are posturing in between to see what happens on this wave and on this wave. But then you just commit to mid lane. And you don't even look at top. So like this is good, this is great. And now you just completely abandoned your top laner, even though you see that nothing is happening on mid lane.
Yeah.
So if opponents were hard contesting this wave with 4 people, then this move is actually correct. But because you don't see anyone and the mid wave is safe, you need to assume that they are top lane.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you can just either walk together with Tristana hand in hand, or safely check the bushes. Maybe walk, maybe ping Viego to walk with you. But this is what's gonna happen. And it's basically like this game, let's say your Tristana is fine, but next game she dies and then you drop your advantage on the map, and then suddenly you are pushed on all the sides. So this is the second. And then this is the third one. Same idea. It's fine to play right now on these waves and not respond to top, because you are basically pressuring 2 towers, and maybe Yasuo can get 1, but if he commits to this tower, you can commit to going further because you are in advantage, man advantage. He will probably force TP. So you got this wave, and you want to rotate here. You want to give your team vision in this area. Ideally, you can do it now. Well, ideally you want Viego already with you, but even if he is not with you and your team is pressuring, you want to start posturing towards Yone. You can also walk like this with Tristana. The wave on mid lane is already pushed, so now you can go with him. It's very difficult to go on Akali right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But now...
Yeah, that was a bit late. I feel like.
So that's the third one. I think there was another play exactly like this that you chose to open through mid lane and not through side lane. But otherwise, like the rest of the mistakes were relatively small. I think one that is worth pointing out is this. I don't know if this is a pattern, but we can check in the next games, or maybe you can tell me. So you just got a lot of information on the map. You saw two people top, person mid, a person bot, another guy mid, and then someone dead. So you know everything, and there is nothing happening for you. Kind of, you can, of course, you could run straight to bot and maybe help, but your Fed Akali can probably figure it out herself. And my point is, you want to get as deep vision as possible. So because you just came out of base and you have 3 wards, you want to put them down in the most optimal places using information that you have. And using information that you have, that basically means that you can get inside bot side jungle and drop wards in this bush, here, maybe even in lane as soon as this guy walks back. So optimal ward would be here, but if she pressures, then you can also drop it here.
Yeah.
This ward is very shallow in comparison to the deeper wards that you can drop here. And that's just my observation from one mid game. Maybe it doesn't happen often, but
Yeah, that makes sense.
so
I mean, yeah, I don't think about warding that much. I mean, I ward for like when, for example, like Drake is spawning, I go and drop all my wards, try and recall, and then go back again. But other than that, I don't ward enough, I think. I don't really like. And when I'm playing red side, I also like really often, like during laning phase, I drop the ward behind the pit. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, go down a bit.
behind dragon, you mean?
Yeah, there. Like, but those are like the ones I do really often. But other than that, like in the mid game, I don't ward that well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a good honest opinion. Then let's see. Let me look through the next games and see if that is really true.
Yeah.
But yeah, this particular situation, I would love to see a ward probably at the edge of the bush, so it covers the entrance and it covers this part, and then one ward here. Again, like four roads that you cover, and then a ward in lane. But as you saw, like this ward is usually swept, and Karma actually walked up and tried to sweep it, expecting that you have placed one, if I'm not mistaken. Ah, no, she didn't actually. So yeah, a ward here would be also good.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at the previous games of your day.
Isn't it more useful if we do it the ones from my fault, so you have my POV, or does that not matter?
Well, it is useful to analyze your POV if I'm looking at your map awareness, at your mechanics, at your clicks, spacing. But right now we are looking more about at your macro in mid game. So it's unnecessary, I would say.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Wait, did you open a new one? It's like, oh, I'm scared to click anything. Wait.
Sorry, what?
Oh no, I was just checking because the stream is gone.
Yeah, I turned it off, so I don't show a lot.
Ah, right, yeah.
I will reopen it in a second. So which game would you like to watch?
I don't really know. Do you have one that you think is best? I mean, the Lulu one is useless, and I think the 2 and 1 and 10 one is useless too. The 4 and 1 one was actually super close, and I think I did. Wait, someone subbed. It's insane loud. Okay. So it's probably either 0, 4, and 10 or 4 and 1 and 25, but 0, 4, and 10. Yeah, I'd say we would have won if I played better, but early I was just really lost because Nami just kind of left her Seraphine, and I could never tell if Nami is hiding in lane or if she's somewhere, so I was kind of just like always like later than her and just really lost. if that makes sense.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess both of those would be okay.
Let's start with this one.
I think here my mistake was playing too much with Gwen and not enough with Jinx. I think if I was more like with Jinx, we would have won it.
Alright. Both compositions are front to back. So let's see how you play. We just started minute 13. Okay. Good. So this this was indeed a possibility to drop some vision. Let's see if there was also a possibility to gank it.
I was a bit scared because I couldn't see, so I didn't want to go in the bush there.
I mean, it doesn't look gankable, to be honest, so I would understand if you just turn around. But it's good to have her right now, because your jungler is on top side, there is an objective, she will face check to see if there are wards. Your Jinx cannot get dove if enemy jungler shows top side. So on this wave, it's actually not bad to sit around mid and see what happens. Let's say Syndra throws her QE right now and she misses. Then you can actually walk out and pressure, get prio, and in that way, your jungler secures the objective and your mid laner, and you elevate some pressure from your mid laner. We are just waiting to see Hecarim, basically. Okay, we saw him. Now you basically are free to do whatever you want, and your AD carry is just playing 1v2. That is fine against enemy bot. This is good. Very good. So from the moment you helped your jungler, so you got this Herald, you got your fast reset. Best thing you can do now is drop your ward, let's say here, and just press B, and then you are on this wave on bot. Huh?
I can't see your cursor.
Ah, okay, 1 second.
Oh yeah, now I can.
So this whole rotation was good. Ideal case scenario, you base here, you run on this wave, so you can play with Jinx as soon as possible, and your Gwen has nothing to do on top. All the camps are gone, the bot camps will spawn, so you basically, in a way, you will force her to respond and play on bot side. And if enemy team decides to fight, then it's her duty to get out. You generally want to play, like you said, like more with Jinx than with Gwen, and this is a good opportunity. Because you also did your job here. You don't have a reason to stay. So it's cool that your team won this. But it was, well, it looked like a flip. This is good, actually. I really like this. So you don't have anything to do on the map. Your Gwen is walking from base. This guy is just pushing. Like, absolutely nothing to do on the map. You just decided to get deeper vision.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yep. I would probably, like, it would be probably good if you could walk here and drop a ward here or here. Both are
Yeah, I
fine.
was scared because I saw Seraphine moving and I knew Hecarim was there, so that's why I left.
I mean, a quick glance at Seraphine will probably tell you that she's not gonna move much
Yeah.
further, and you would have enough time. Okay, another opportunity to get a bit more aggressive because you saw Seraphine very low health, so she's likely basing.
Mm-hmm.
So you are actually taking aggressive wards. I suppose you could posture a bit more and see what Nami does, and if Nami walks back and doesn't contest you, then you can drop ward here, so you see...
Yeah, I was out of wards here. I remember I didn't have any anymore.
Okay, so these are the 2 wards left on the map.
Yeah.
In this case, you can base right now, and then you are on time. Like you're gonna be out of base approximately at the same time as Seraphine, 5 seconds behind, and you will have your wards refreshed. Like there will be nothing happening on bot until Seraphine comes, and should be somewhere here because she based a few seconds earlier. And if you stay right now, then you will be obliged to stay as long as your AD carry doesn't need a reset, and that is very bad.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But that's just the negative side of this temple wards. Like when you walk in deep, you will need a reset. Okay.
Here we get completely stalled on by Seraphine. Fucking montage play, look.
Oh my god, what? That's a synapse moment.
Yeah, legit.
Okay, so this tower is down. You already know that basically the moment she TPs.
Yeah.
Usually that means that you don't need to go bot anymore. Your Jinx will either catch the wave under tower or these guys will swap.
Mm-hmm.
And that means that you can play on the opposite side of the map first and then transition to the dragon. The reason why you can play on the opposite side is because, well, your AD carry catches the wave under tower. You don't need to be here basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an opportunity, of course. Like you can also choose to play actively through mid with your jungler, contest this wave. You are a bit late on this one, but I think it's still fine. Your team can contest it. So let's see what you do. You decided to go through mid. I think that is fine. If you did go through top, yeah, nothing would happen. Your mid laner is too low. That's okay, but I don't really like this ward. So instead of placing it, I think you do want to walk a bit more aggressive. Let's see. I'm gonna roll back, see where enemy team is. I suppose you don't know where Syndra is. Maybe the ward is fine. A ward on mid. This one is very important because whoever takes the wave now, like you will not see what they do. Are they gonna walk in or are they gonna walk around?
Yeah.
Generally, it's useful because right now, you guys are already griefing.
Yeah, this was brilliant.
But yeah. So there is an alternative to everything that's happening here. Instead of going to bot side where you are for sure weaker because your Jinx is under T2, you should be clicking top side and ping your Gwen to go into top. This is called cross map. You probably heard or know this concept.
Yeah.
So basically, if one team is stronger on an objective, then the other team can choose to go to the opposite side and try to get as much as they can. So in your case, you can either right click here to find Fiora, or you right click here to get deep vision.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Especially once you see Hacker in bot side.
Yeah.
think this is, since you have a cannon wave, and I personally didn't see where Seraphine is, but if she can be here, then you also want to be here. Just pressure as much as you can, because this tower can fall on one cannon wave. Yep. So I would say if I were you right now, I would expect that Seraphine can be here. Before the wave approaches, you walk here, drop a ward, get vision to guarantee it, and then you commit you commit to taking the tower. And if you commit to taking the tower and get the reset, then well, then she's dead. So she has to respect. But of course, there is a fine line between inting for the tower and killing her. But I would say it would be very close at the very least. But now, because this is not a cannon wave, she has a bit easier time. She decided to play it safe. Okay, so this play is over. Do you need to base? I would say you do. So you take the tower, just press B. Your AD carry can also press B. This is unnecessary risk. This wave, she's gonna catch under tower anyway, so there is no point just running across the whole map. She can base and get home guards, and so can you. And now you are in a pickle, because you really want to base for wards to set up a next objective, but if you stay for like 30 seconds longer, then you can't base anymore, because your whole team is on the map and starting to pressure. Yeah, so now it's very awkward. It's actually very similar to the previous game that we watched.
Yeah, I always do that. Like, I just never have wards.
This moment actually shows two patterns. One, you don't reset on time, and the other one, you still don't shadow side lane.
Yeah.
I mean, it's useful to see. Like, it's quite often that my students show like that I can find simple patterns that can be fixed on the first sessions, and this is a very useful one. Like, I suppose I don't need to comment on what you're doing here. Now you based. Alright, so same thing here or here, two options. You don't need to stay mid. Look, so you stay mid with your AD carry only when you contest mid waves, and you can contest mid waves when you are in number advantage. So on this wave, what do you think? Are you in number advantage on mid?
Yeah. There's no one even there.
So let's see. I roll back a bit.
Well, we see Hacker, and well, he's going top side, maybe? I don't know.
So your Jinx actually respects, because she knows that you are not in number advantage, because your side laners are still side. For you to be in number advantage, these guys needed to rotate and be here right now. Like, as these waves meet, your solo laners have to be on mid lane. Then you can say, okay, we are in number advantage, then we can walk up together with our support, push, and get vision. But because it's not happening, you have a good option right now to play through side lanes. So you can walk with this guy, let's say here, maybe even a bit further, get very deep vision, maybe even a ward over the red, like in the red buff bush. And basically what it does is that it gives this guy an opportunity to keep pressure forever, and then he pressures, he brings people to him, and you can push mid. And because that happens, your solo lane, the other guy on the opposite side can either play very aggressive if he feels like he's stronger, or he can rotate to you after pushing. And with that, you get full control of topside. So it's like usually for you it is a question of how do you want to establish control, vision control of an objective, either through top lane like this in this scenario, or through mid lane if you are grouping on time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I can see that you are more used to grouping and getting vision together. Like I can see by your clicks that this is the position you are somewhat comfortable with when your jungler walks forward and then you get vision with him.
Yeah.
But I don't see you doing the other, like executing on the other possibilities. Now this is good ward. Probably would like this ward a little further if you could, because ward here, like, it's not particularly useful because your AD carry wants to catch the wave approximately in this spot, like slightly behind. So a ward somewhere here would be better. Oops. Alright, so you did your thing, you put the ward, you contested the wave, you saw 4 people, you have vision on Ashe. This is a good position to press B. You press B and see if opponents aggressively walk in, and right now you would see that they are just catching the next wave, so you had time to base.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, now you base. This is a minor thing, like, at this point, because you based 15 seconds later. Nice. Okay. 3 people died. Looks like an Asher angle. I do not see any pings. From you, I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are late on the objective. A good play here, a very good play here would be to cross map into top, because you already have pressure with Trundle. And really, to cross map to top, you don't even need your jungler. Your jungler can do whatever he wants. He can walk with bot lane, with mid lane, doesn't matter. You can just right click here, and whoever is here, like, you will just dive with your Trundle. But instead you face check with your Baron buff.
Yeah, that's just brilliant.
Like, imagine you are here right now.
Yeah.
He just pillars, you press E on him, and this guy dies.
Yeah.
Same thing. Coming out from base, you are going mid lane to help your Jinx catch the wave, which is suboptimal, because she can do it without you. But this guy might need help on this wave on top. And this guy might need help against Fiora on bot. But instead you are waiting for your team to group. What the hell was that damage? One tap. Nice. So you have one ward. Ideally, you place it here. And you can get T2 on your way out as well. But that's the matter of thinking about it. Because now you exposed him, basically. Maybe he survives. Like, if he survives, that's great. But you did expose him a bit. Wait, was this the game that you said you played too much with Gwen and not with Jinx?
Yeah, like in a bit, I think this fight that happens now, I should just, like, I don't know, this was really bad. I think we lost the game from this.
Well, it for sure shows, like, your positioning now does show your obsession with going mid lane in mid game. Because now that even your Jinx is on side lane, you're still mid.
Yeah, this is just...
And it's fine, happens. Okay. This is tempo. Like, you're playing right now on tempo, you dropped wards. Because you dropped these wards, like, you actually had time to ward because everyone was dead, but because you used all the wards, you want to press BAs up and then open on mid lanes with your AD carry again. So I want to see you basing. Because you dropped such shallow wards around the objective, you cannot actually stay. You likely will need deeper vision, and it's also possible that you will need wards for Nashor because two objectives are spawning. I mean, that's okay. That's the risk you take for putting those wards. Yeah, this is good. That Seraphine is actually playing out of her mind.
Yeah, now they just end.
Alright. So there was a problem here. I think the Gwen is doing the right thing. She's walking to the wave as soon as possible to get prior. Now, if you all, like, let's say Gwen doesn't do this. She just stands with you. What happens is that they push the wave, and after they push the wave, either you answer or you will lose vision on mid lane completely, and then you don't know if someone is walking like this flanking you, someone is jumping over the wall flanking, walking like this basically, or like this. You will not see anything. So not only there is a chance you will just lose the tower, which is not even the worst thing, it's just that you don't see anything from this angle. And then you will need to reposition, like your Jinx will feel very uncomfortable, so she will want to reposition closer to her blue buff.
Yeah.
So because the wave is meeting, you need to basically be on the wave together with Gwen, like escort your Jinx to a position that she can help with the team fight. But you are a bit late here. And your Gwen grieves a bit. All right. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, if I played better, I would win that game.
Quite possibly. But let's... to me, it seems like there are two very big patterns that can be worked through. One of them being you never go through side. You never try to help your side laner with vision or with pressure. And I guess the other one is about deeper vision and timely resets, because you tend to reset. You tend not to reset from minute 14 to minute 19 on time. I do have time to look at one more.
All right.
So you suggested for 125?
Yeah, I mean the other two are pretty much useless, I think.
Right. I think we jump into the game and immediately there is a possibility to go side lane. So you open through mid. By looking at it, maybe it's okay. Your jungler is in a good position. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like this game, I was kind of just glued to Varus and Talia because like top lane was not going very well.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of just sticking with the two of them.
And that makes sense.
Because I feel like even if I go there now, we're just gonna get 1v2'd.
I mean, yes and no. Well, there is always a possibility of her diving. So looking at this right now, basically you can say that Irelia is likely to dive set.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you are around, you don't need to show and hold his hand, but if you're around and in this bush when she dives, then there is a very good chance that this is going to turn into a kill for you, or at least into trade. Ganking her is not a good idea, but preventing a dive is a completely different thing that is very low risk, high reward.
Yeah.
Like imagine you are here. And I'm like, maybe you still can't kill, but maybe this will be the difference between getting a flash and not getting the flash.
Mm-hmm.
While on mid lane, well, realistically, you can't do anything against Aurelion Sol. He will just press EQ, even on the cannon wave. Maybe your Varus will have like 3 auto attacks on the tower, but that's it. You need Herald this game to break the tower.
Yeah.
And he still had his ult, his flash, his ignite. He just needed to survive.
He was not really playing the game.
I mean, he wasn't particularly good, but at the same time, in this particular moment, he didn't even have an opportunity to press anything. Like, as soon as he got stunned, he never got out. But if you had a shield here, a Q, like possibly he would ult, very likely you would get a flash, and there would even be a chance of getting a kill.
But is that worth it? Like moving like that for my 2 and 5 set while I'm trying to carry the game with Varus and Talia? Like imagine something happens here now. Like obviously we see Draven there of course, but if I move top now, they could move mid and they could lose the fight mid, and then I'm top for my 2 and 5 set.
Well, it's always a question of what's the alternative. So
yeah, I guess. It just feels so bad to do, like in those scenarios where someone is just complete inting, and then like you're trying to carry the game with the people that are actually playing, and then you move for the guy that's inting.
I understand. I feel you here. It's just you always want to min-max what you are doing in the game. So you push the wave, you held his hand. Is there something you can do here? Not. And you will be on time for this dive if you began running like maybe a few seconds earlier, if you started from here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like with second boots, yeah, you probably need like 16 seconds to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's like, why not? I don't lose anything from it.
Yeah. It's exactly that. Like, there is nothing else to do. Instead of that, you are just sitting mid lane. Waiting. Taking pictures of top lane. This is good. Now you rotate it to top with your jungler. But there might be a problem. Let's see. Yep, there is a problem.
Avoid.
So let's see when was the timer to base. So now you have 3 wards. Came from base. Very shallow ward. You don't want to put this.
Yeah.
Because you also saw, I'm pretty sure you saw some people bot side. Yeah. You see jungler, AD carry. And probably Braum is somewhere there as well. He just reset by the looks of his HP. So this is a timer where you can get here, drop deeper vision. Instead of doing this. Yeah, now you kind of need to base. Alright. So you have no wards. Soon you need to base, I guess, after this wave. Yeah. This ward is very useful, especially if you just got your wards, because it shows enemy support roams. It's also very good. It's especially good against melee supports like Nautilus Spike. And since we're not watching before minute 14, I'm just saying it now.
Yeah, I always do that one. Yeah.
That's great. That's a very high elo ward. Your positioning here is suboptimal. Now you're not even sitting mid lane. You're not sitting bot lane, and both are the possibilities. You are sitting in the jungle when the wave is in the middle. Someone needs to push this wave.
Yeah. I'm always just like scared because like here, for example, my Talia is in the river and my Varus is going mid, so it's like, am I gonna be with Talia? Am I gonna be with Varus? And I always like don't know who to stay with.
Well,
like I'm always scared one of them is gonna die.
Let's think of it then.
Probably just with Varus, because Talia is in the jungle and we need to take the mid wave, but it just feels so scary always. That's why I never, that's why I really often do that.
If that is really something you are thinking about in this situation, who to follow, then best thing to do is to think who is more in danger.
Varus, I guess.
Yeah. He has no flash. He will walk up on mid lane against Aurelion Sol. While this guy has ult. He has flash. He is also, like, you also give perfect vision for Talia. Look at this, like, she can't ask for more vision. And she's sitting on a pink ward.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is great. And you two just turn the game around. If you didn't get kills, I think this game is pretty over.
Yeah.
But the play is over. So this play is over. Your jungler really wants to get camps on top. You don't really want to force the Herald right now when Irelia can just right click here from base. So you do want to base as soon as possible. I mean, this to me feels like a flip, because you're also forcing your jungler in a way to step up here. Your jungler has 2k gold, and you still don't see Irelia. Did it show on bot? Yeah, he still didn't base. Base, 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 base. Okay, so the pattern repeats itself from minute 14 to minute 19. I didn't see it happen after minute 20, but it's consistent that at some point from minute 14 to minute 19, you're gonna do this.
Yeah.
2k gold, 1k gold, and you have 0 wards. There is no wave. There is no reason whatsoever to wait until this wave to fight. See, in the previous game when you were playing in the jungle, you won, and I said there will be a game where the same thing happens and you lose, and this was exactly that. Like absolutely random fight when you have no vision set up and a lot of gold in the pocket. All right. Respectable face check. I like that.
You have to pick it up.
Yeah, it was like circling around it. Okay, you did drop a ward. Really try to put the ward deeper, as deep as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Like one ward here basically can win you the game.
Yeah, I always put it like closer to us because I feel like if I put it like in front of their face, they're just gonna see it and remove it, no? So that's why I always like try to like think, are they gonna see it here, and then I place it there, right?
Oh, it makes sense. You can also, so I can look at how you min-maxed it. So you want to put it in a way that they don't
done
spot.
It, like, before when we were hitting the turret.
Yes. So you walk up, you force them, like imagine you put the ward right now behind you.
Yeah.
Or the moment tower drops, imagine you put it here.
Yeah.
But even in the middle of the lane, that will be fine. Like so many opportunities, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you dropped the vision, you made the play, you dropped your vision, you got a lot of gold on the team. You need to base. You probably need to get used to it. You can also drop vision quick, like maybe a ward here as well, and then just press B. Because once again, like the play is basically over. You also push the wave pretty far. Okay. I'm pretty good. Nah, but not this time. This ward, like this ward, they are very shallow. Look how far away enemy team is. After you push this wave, very likely you can walk together into the jungle very deep, and then you don't need to reset right now. So you can actually drop vision for the siege of these towers. And the vision for the siege of these towers is this, maybe a ward in this bush, slow contest, maybe a ward in lane. Could be a ward here as well if you want to contest T2 first. But basically, like you don't want a ward for dragon. Dragon is guaranteed here. Enemies are way too far.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And you don't want to base right now because that would ruin your tempo.
I think it actually gets stolen.
I mean, like at this point, it wouldn't help if you have a ward, you know?
Yeah, no, I know.
But now, even if you group, How many wards do you have? You have only 2 wards left? I mean, 2 wards are enough to siege 1 tower, I guess. Pretty clean. Save your stacks.
Yeah, I fucking flashed my tornado. That's weak.
It's good that you just play with... at this point, just play with Talia and you can't really lose. Right. Good game. Alright, so to summarize this coaching session. Look for resets after completing the play. The play can be an objective, or it can be even a wave. If you have been staying on the map for a while and you didn't get any objectives, you can still think, when does your team want to reset? For example, your Talia can do full clear, and then maybe your Varus wants to push out the wave. You can cover him, but these are more minor things. Usually, you make mistakes like you make very clear mistakes in a way. Like you took 10 kills, got 2 objectives, and you still didn't base.
Yeah.
And it usually happens between like around minute 16, 17.
Yeah.
Then the other thing, you never shadow your side laner. You should for sure do that. Get used to it, and you do it usually when you can't advance your vision through mid lane. When your AD carry is fine catching waves under tower, basically, then you don't want to show on mid. You just you can be in fog, and you can be hovering top side or bot side.
Yeah.
And the last one is drop deeper vision whenever you can. In these games, I haven't seen... I only saw one time you dropped the ward somewhat deep.
Yeah, with the hacker and that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But usually the vision that you drop is very shallow.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's true.
Alright, I hope this session was useful, and I'm looking forward to see your results.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you.